I can just tell you I'm very proud to introduce our new head baseball coach for Shocker Baseball, Eric Wedge.
I want to thank Darron, the athletic department, of course, Wichita State University, the current president, so many other people that have been a big part of this. Obviously, Brent Kemnis and I have been in contact over the years, and even more so here lately. Goes without saying how I feel about Gene and our relationship over the years. And obviously, there's so many others here in the room. For Kate and Ava and Cash to be here, my brother and his family are here too. This is a homecoming for me. This is not a decision that I took lightly. This is a personal change. It's a professional change. It's a life change for me. And when it comes to coming back here, it really wasn't something that I even thought about doing in regard to being in this role until everything went down with Gene, and Brent and I were talking about it 6, 7 years ago, whatever it was, and I was managing the Seattle Mariners, and I said, all right, what's going on? We talked about it a little bit, and he's like, well, we're going to have to go out there and do a search. He's like, well, unless you're interested in the job, and I said, well, I'm busy right now. I said, but I appreciate it. But it did put a little bug in my head, and I started thinking about it a little bit, and it's the first time I really allowed myself to think about it. And then obviously I thought Darron did a great job explaining, things are so slow, but then when things do happen, it gets really quick in a hurry, So I think to be prepared to potentially talk about something like this, a lot has to go on in my mind, just like a lot went on in Darron and the university's mind to allow something like this, to see itself through. And that's something I think is extremely important to recognize. When it comes to Wichita State, there's really nowhere else I would come back and coach college baseball. I can tell you that right now. This is where my heart is, and it's not just about the Wichita State baseball program. It's about the university. It's about the city. It's about the state of Kansas. That's something we lived back in '89 when the entire state got behind us. Okay, and I know it's happened other times here too, with different people and different organizations and different sports here at the university, as well as other programs. My excitement to come back here, it's to the point to where I'm feeling things that I haven't felt in a long time, And I think that when you understand what that means for me, that means that I have a great appreciation for this job, okay? I don't take myself too seriously, but I take my job real seriously, all right? I know what people before us have done to put Wichita State on the map via the baseball program, all right? I know what people did before I even got here. They did a quick interview with me that was supposed to be in the NCAA program for the College World Series. I didn't even talk to you about this. And they wanted to know what we built here. I said, hell, I didn't build it. It was already built before I got here. All I did was make sure we made it a little bit better. We kept moving forward, and make sure that we keep, passing it forward, and that's what we have to do. Sometimes there's a little blip in the screen. Happens in business, happens in life, happens personally, it happens in the game of baseball. That's all this has been. It happens, all right? But ultimately, my job as a leader is to make sure that I see everything through the way I feel like it needs to be seen through. And that starts with toughness. That starts with learning. It starts with development, collaboration, what it means to be part of a family, okay? How to be your best on the worst days, how to be humble on your greatest days, how to develop young men, not just young baseball players, all right? To be a part of the community, all right? To be a part of our society that are successful in anything they do, not just play the game of baseball. I can't stress learning and toughness enough. All right? It's our job to make sure that we break through with these young men, to make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing both on and off the field. All right? We know they're going to stub their toe. We know they're going to make mistakes, okay? But ultimately, we need to make sure that we help them work through that, learn from that, and ultimately be the best version of themselves as they move forward and grow from young men, into strong leaders, hopefully, in our community. I know that there's been a lot of energy in this city here the last week or so. And that's something I don't take lightly. That's humbling. That's humbling. Trust me, it is. Because it's not that easy. It's hard. It's hard. Leadership's hard. Winning a baseball game is hard. Developing young people is even harder. It's going to take some time. But I can tell you this, what we do is going to be foundation-based. It's going to be real. It's going to be something we can count on. Okay? It's going to be something we count on. I've learned a lot from a lot of people in this room, you know. I know Gene thinks it's just him, but it's not. All right? I got a lot of former teammates and people that came before me, people that came after me that I learned a great deal from, okay? And I think that when you talk about what we're going to do here, you know, we have to manage expectations, but we have to develop a culture, all right, that's value-based, that's understood what's expected of young men when they put that uniform on, what's expected of young men when they're out there representing, you know, what they can expect from each other. Accountability is not just a word to me. Accountability is not to me. Accountability or to them as teammates, to each other, to this program, to this university, to this city, all right, and to the game of baseball. Respecting the game of baseball is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Respecting the... I'm about done, but respecting the game of baseball is something that is non-negotiable because ultimately part of respecting the game of baseball has to do with how you play, but it's also how you treat others, how you treat your teammates, the way you walk around, all right? We're looking for strong young men that are leaders. We're looking for people that can stand up to their mistakes and learn from them. We're looking for people that can be there for their peers and others when their peers or others need them. These are things that have to happen. If we do that, we'll be a family. If we do that, you have something you can be proud of and respect, okay? That takes time. That takes time. But it will happen, and we'll come to work every day, and we'll make sure we get a little bit closer with it each and every day. I don't put timetables on anything because nobody's that smart. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know if it's going to happen quick or if it's going to take time. If I had to guess, it's going to take some time. But I know it's never happened on my timetable, and regardless of what I've been doing, from a business standpoint, a baseball standpoint, a life standpoint, but you keep pushing, you keep plugging, all right? And you keep knocking on that door. And eventually it opens, then you go to the next one. You keep on going until you run out. And that's what we're going to do here. So I want to tell you, like I said, remember what you're feeling now. Remember what you felt maybe the last couple, 3 days, all right? This is not my ego talking. This is how I feel about the city of Wichita and this university. Remember how you feel and hang on to that. Draw from that on those tough days. Believe in everything because you know what's happened here before and you know what's going to happen here again. Thank you very much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Thank you.